Hi, this is Brad Jaffe with Team Canine. Today I want to talk a little bit about a fairly uncomfortable situation for a lot of us, and that is the passing of one of our pets. And so I want to address kind of the major questions that we hear more than not, and I think the biggest one is always, how will I know? Because we are unfortunately faced with that decision to make the decision to let our dogs go or not go. And our first answer is always, you have to go with your gut. You've got to look at the quality of life of your animal and decide if they have a high quality of life. Sometimes we really don't want to let go, and sometimes some of us will hold onto our dogs maybe, or cats, a little bit longer than we may should have, but it's a very difficult thing, and again, it's very subjective. But in our situation, because we've been fortunate to have a lot of dogs and cats, and unfortunately we have to make that decision. And we've always gone with how it feels in our gut. Do we see if our loved one here is still having a quality of life? That's really the biggest question to answer. And you're the only one that can ask and answer that question, where you look at your dog and say, do they have a quality of life? Is this worth them being around? Is it more suffering for them? Or do they still have a joy in life? Is there still something in them that they're still eating, or they're still getting around, or they still like to get, play a little bit? You have to be the deciding one to that, unfortunately. But I think the biggest question is, do they have a quality of life? And if that in your gut says yes, then maybe it's not time. But if in your gut where it looks like they're not getting around, they can't get up anymore, they're having trouble eating, they just don't have a quality of life, then that's a decision for you to make. And sometimes your veterinarian can really help you with that decision as well. Now, once you've made the decision that it may be time for your pet, one of the other questions is, where should I do it? Should I bring them into the animal hospital, or can I have somebody come to the house? Now, some veterinarians, and you could check with your veterinarians, but some veterinarians will actually come to your home. And if that is an option for you, we tend to think that that's the best option, because it's a very comfortable environment for your dog. There's no stress involved. It's very quiet. Now, there are also some veterinarians out there that this is their main vocations. They will go out and they will do at-home euthanasias, and you can look them up and take a look. But it's usually a very gentle process. Now, another question would be, should I be present, whether they're at home or whether they're in the animal hospital? And our answer is always yes, because this is a passing for your animal, and it's good for you to be. They can feel your energy. They know that you're there, and they can feel your love that's there. And sometimes it's a little bit harder on us, but it does make it a little bit easier for them when you're right there. And it is if you've never gone through the process before, it is a very peaceful process. Now, the other question is, what if you have other animals? So if you have other animals, especially if they are close to the animal that is passing, we highly recommend that whether it's done at home or in an animal hospital, you allow your other animals, again, especially if they're close, to see that dog after they've crossed over, because it gives them closure. Because sometimes if we just kind of leave and the dog goes with us like normal, and all of a sudden we come back without the dog that had passed, the other dog is left in confusion and doesn't know where's my friend, where's my mom, where's my brother, my sister. They don't know where it is. But they're a little more spiritual than we are. And so as soon as they can see them, they will sniff, they will know that their spirit has left their body. But they're a little more connected than we are. So they will know it's okay, and they may not be in that body anymore, but they're still around. So I hope that clears up some questions for you. If you have any other questions, please feel free to give us a call or talk when that time comes up. But I would highly recommend speaking to your veterinarian about it. And thanks for watching.